let's do some investing with Investopedia. You don't already have an email, and I don't really think that you should sign in with Facebook. You can, but there are some risks about associating Facebook with your account. So create a new account, your email, and then your public display name is going to be the first part of your email in general terms. I'm not a financial advisor. My password is the same password that I use on all of my logins. I'll sign up. And as I sign up, it says, okay, do you want to receive the free newsletters? No. Please do not include me in periodic messages from the selected partners. Next thing I need to do is go back to the assignment and paste in the link that gives me the game of Investopedia that we're playing. Join private game. The game password is HSSMM. Looks like a $10,000 in HSS Money Matters of 2013 fall. I'm going to go to trade and I'm going to look for a symbol that you all know. Or actually, you know the company and you may not know the symbol that they trade with is GOOG. It's currently trading at upwards of $800 a share. Each slice of the company is $878. I think I'd like 2 of them. I have $10,000. That'll put me in 1,700 something. It'll be a market purchase rather than a limit or a stop transaction. And I'll go ahead and preview the order. I could send a confirmation message, but I can always see my portfolio inside Investopedia. Okay, the estimated total is 1,700 some, and so submit the order. Now it hasn't processed yet, so it still shows that I have those 2. I was thinking about what else do I want to buy, and I was hearing a podcast of T-Mobile. Actually, there was a podcast of Motley Fool, and they were talking about T-Mobile. And it says that T-Mobile trades on the New York Stock Exchange, NYSE, as TMUS. So I'm going to control-click and open this in a new tab to see what they have to say about TMUS, T-Mobile. Neat chart. There's the news and commentary, which is related stories related to the telecom industry. It says that the stock is trading at $25.98, which is down 9 pennies from the morning, 1/3% loss. We can see some profile and some company statistics. We can see where it opened today and the daily range. The price to earnings ratio is a P/E that you'll look at later. The volume is how many shares have been traded. I really like what Yahoo Finance does as far as giving you good information on the left and charts. I'm going to compare TMUS with AT&T. Now I just typed in AT&T and it said, oh yeah, that trades under T. So it brings up a comparison of, okay, if you bought AT&T at some time before and you bought TMUS at the same time before, then you would see that AT&T is much more stable. Now here's a 2-year view. AT&T stable. At some point in May of 2013, T-Mobile dropped off a cliff. How do you like to own stock in April and then check again in June and find out that you lost most of it? So I'm going to go ahead and order me some T-Mobile shares. So I know that it's TMUS, or I could just type in T-Mobile. I'm going to buy. Now I see that the buy price is $25. If I buy, let's say 100, then that's going to be 2,500. Yeah, 2,600. So I'll submit the order, and that'll buy me 100 shares. So I hope that T-Mobile goes up. Of course, you never can tell. Here's an interesting list. The 5 biggest gains include BPO, $2.26 rise, which is 13% of its value. I'm going to run over to Yahoo Finance and just take a little look at BPO. Brookfield Office Properties. I'll take a look at the 2-year chart and just see what it's been doing, and maybe even compare it to. Okay, yeah, so it looks like I'm comparing it to the AT&T stock price. There were some times in the past 2 years when it would have been nice to have AT&T versus BPO, and then sometimes where it's nice to have BPO versus AT&T, but they followed pretty closely to each other. So that might be an interesting thing to see if I can still ride BPO up a little bit. If I want to buy or sell, I go to the trade tab, and I can, well, if I need to sell, then maybe the best place to go is the portfolio tab. And so in portfolio tab, I can see I own some shares of Google. I own 2 shares of the company. And so I can click on the sell button over here. I can click on the sell button here. And that sets me up to sell all of it. Now I do want to sell all of it. I don't want to piecemeal it because every time I buy or sell, it does cost me $8 of transaction fee. I'd encourage you to look at some of the articles. The Investopia has really done a good job of assembling some great tips and tricks they're not going to recommend, but they do have good things to read. As you click on them, you'll find that it takes you out of the simulation. So watch me click. I'm now not in the simulation at all unless I go over to the simulator. Good luck as you trade your way to fame and fortune.